know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Through it all, gospel rhythm still going strong. Trusting God when it's good or when it's going wrong. Encourage other believers to keep holding on. Casting the vision and we making it plain. We the head, not the tail, so we won't complain. Here to lift up the downcast and the broken heart.
Hey, there we are. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey, Music Entertainment Live 2015 coming at you just right. What's up? This is GospelRhythms.com, Talk Live Radio on LATalkLive.com. I'm Ro Williams, and sitting in for Trisha Man Grant is
Rory Darvel.
The incomparable
Happy New Year.
Rory Darvel. Happy New Year to you. Give me some.
Yep. Been a while.
It's been a while. You know, I just like to say I appreciate all them years you used to babysit me when I was a little one. And I just love how the Lord just, you know, let those the Lord has joined together. You know, nobody put us under. Does that just apply to married people?
Two words.
It applies to people.
Two words. Don't make me say
God
it.
brings.
Don't make me say hair dye on the air. Did I say it on the air?
I'm just messing with you. Anyway, man, we have a live show today. I don't even know what you could title this, but Heaven's Party Edition. I think it's fitting for the event that we're going to be talking about.
Hello.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
And the folks we got in studio. And, you know, last Sunday was actually the last Sunday of last year. And we had Trisha and her husband. He was in house. We were actually supposed to be talking about, you know, his new gig with Tyler. But I mean, it was such an awesome and anointed show. You got to go check it out if you didn't see it, because he just really just ministered about, you know, working in the entertainment business and what. Oh yeah, you're not supposed to be walking behind his brother or sisters. But it's okay if y'all need to take pictures. We actually have a studio audience. I see the engineer going, hey, this is the no-fly zone, because we're on camera. But it's all good. Y'all should have given y'all my camera. You know, I just love our show too, because, you know, anything can happen.
Anything.
And it's all good though. It's all good, you know. Ha! Anyway, so as I said, it was Trisha's husband, her boo. We got a picture of them. I think the picture's from Miss Independent, but you know, it's awesome when God blesses you where you can actually do the work you love and you get to do it with the man you love.
And you get a check for it too.
Yeah, let's give some love up and some applause for the Grants.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs.
Hope
Grant.
the Cowboys lose today.
I didn't say that.
They losing?
They're losing.
I think she needs to hear you giving out the losing love.
Well, it's a close game.
Well, the last score in the third quarter with like 7 minutes left when I saw the score was 20 Detroit Cowboys 7.
I need to text her.
14
yeah,
now.
It's a game.
It's a game now, so they're only down but 3. So there you go.
Yeah, it's a game.
Womp womp. We'll find out before the show ends, maybe. But anyway, I always love teasing her about them boys, them wannabe boys. You know, them and gas prices are back. So they hope. So anyway, but today's show, Heaven's Party Edition, man.
Yes.
Tell us about this sister and that. Well, you know what? We'll do a mini introduction about this event that you actually are partnering and producing.
I put this all together.
Yeah, right. We have to my right and your left are other producers, so you about to be knocked
but
out.
They can't see them on camera. They don't. No, Ashley, Keela Glover, and you know, I don't know Deontay's last name, but the brother can dance.
I know it.
I've been watching his doing his thing, and at the rehearsal, I was at the rehearsal yesterday, and but Keela, I was fortunate enough to meet her. She actually, one of the ladies that was in one of our concerts that you have yet to come to, but we'll get to that.
You know, because I'm a recluse. Pray for me.
She choreographed her. And Miss Glover, that's how I met her, because she was at one of our concerts, and then she found out that she's putting together a show and so on and so forth, and so she wants to do a big thing. So she
I just got a question for you.
Help her do the big thing.
I just got a question. So it's like you do everything. I'm like, where do you find the time? You raise kids, you know, you got, you know, I always see you in Pearl. And for those of you who don't know, Rory, Pearl is this vehicle he's had since 1969. He might not have been born at the time, but the car was. That's how old she is.
Pearl has been around for 14 wonderful years. Better yet, in mileage, she's been around for 360,000 miles.
I'm sure those are reincarnated years too. We don't we believe in that
miles.
here.
That's the most loyal lady I've ever had, other than my mama, in my life. So there you go. Shout out to Pearl, who's out in the parking lot right now.
Anyway, I just am like, you get around, and I think
Hey,
it's an
when you
encouragement.
say get around,
Let me
you say
finish.
that in a
Let
more
me
Christian type? You see what I'm saying?
Wait. What I'm saying is, I admire the hustle of the many gifts that you have in this one body, and it's inspiring. I was about you didn't let me finish my sentence.
Oh, okay.
And anyway,
No,
how
I
do
was
you know that
nervous.
wasn't a little bait out there to draw? What's going on? It's supposed to be a Christian show. You know what I'm saying? God
Exactly.
will use whatever. You get
Okay,
around,
all
and let
right.
me finish the scene. He gets around
said it
in a
again.
godly way.
Oh, thank you. Thank
You know,
you.
I hope. You know, I
Thank
do
you.
know you, Rory.
Thank
so
you.
I
don't know what you mean
I've
by
seen
that.
some of your performances
don't know what you mean
on
by that.
Facebook. But you know what? Hey, God, let me tell you. Seriously though, it's inspirational because I just get worn out thinking about the stuff you're doing, and you be getting your vacation time in and cruises in.
I got you. Well, you have to balance. So you have
I'm
to have
asking
the
you,
work.
like, how do you do all of that and not get
You
fired
know
from your
what?
day job? For
You know-
those of us who have a day job.
I do have one of those too.
That's what I'm
I have
saying.
one. Well, you know what? I decided some years ago, because actually, and a lot of people don't know this. I actually went through, believe it or not, some years of depression.
Did I know you
In
know
my-
all that?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, you did know me. But what it wasn't like professional, like I'm about to jump. It wasn't like that kind of depression.
I mean, down about your life kind of
But-
depression?
Exactly. And,
Okay.
and what happened, I had actually lost, you know, you hear a lot of talk about joy, and when you talk about joy, I had lost mine for a few years because I didn't, you know, I wasn't happy, and life was kind of being dictated to me. And, you know, it was like if you're in debt or whatever, it was just like your life wasn't on your own. You were on somebody else's.
Uncle Sam owns you.
Yeah.
Your jobs own you.
Right. And it was like that. And I just didn't have any joy.
Right.
And I had always been known for being a happy person. So what I had to do is find out, okay, why? And I kid you not when I say this, Oprah Winfrey show saved my life. In a
Shout out
sense,
to Oprah.
in a sense of, she had started this thing of life, this
Living your best
series
life ever?
years ago.
That was it?
When
Living
she
your
started
best
having
life ever?
Yala Vinzan and
Oh,
then
yeah,
Dr.
yeah.
Phil, and she started having these different people
Oh, okay,
on.
right on.
And she had said something in the show about what you do is to peel back the layers of your life and find out what it was that made you happy and what it was that made you sad. So I literally sat and went all the way back in the years and said, what was it that made me happy? And where is it gone? And what I discovered was, and I tell this to people today, I realized as a child, like we have some kids in the room today, and if you think back on your life, you're always having something to look forward to as a child. You look
Yeah.
forward to Christmas because you're going to be getting some gifts, or you look
Right,
forward to your birthday
right.
because your mama's going to pay a party for you, or you're going to be getting out of school for summer vacation, or you got Christmas vacation, or all these, and Easter week and all that. So you always had something to look forward to. When you're going to be driving or whatever, there's something you're always looking forward to. But as the years go on, those things aren't happening anymore because you're older now. The toys become a pair of socks and some shirts, because it's like, that little cute kid, you that Negro around the house that's laying on my couch eating up my food. Here's some socks. Go get a
Right.
job. That kind of thing. But what I also realized too is all of those years, our joy and happiness is created for us.
Yeah.
The parties are thrown by mama. The toys and stuff are bought by the parents or whatever. Your license and all those kind of things. Even when those things are being done by someone else. And so when you become older, when your birthday comes around, and then we start saying, you find yourself saying, hey, happy, people are saying happy birthday. You go, well, it's just another day because you're 23. You're not old enough. You didn't pass old enough to drink or gamble or whatever. So now you only get excited every 10 years. You say, I reached my 30s. I'm 30 now. And
But even then, you're like, another year older. It's just another
year.
day.
And so life starts to just pass you by because a day, Christmas is just another day.
It's going to pass you by, but it passed you by on the mundane track instead of the excited track.
So what I decided to do when you talk about the cruises and things of that nature is I decided I am going to make sure I have something to look forward to. So it kind of slows things down. Like you think about it, when you're waiting on, I use Christmas again because that's always a big thing, or a birthday. Every day you're thinking about it. 2 more weeks or whatever, and the time seems to go by slow because you're anticipating. You got something to look forward to.
Right.
So now,
unless you're trying to lose weight, then that time come up real quick.
Right.
The event is like here.
So I always said, I'm working. I'm not going to spend every dollar I make on bills.
Right.
I'm going to take a cruise. I love cruises. So I always have something to look forward to.
Right.
If it's my birthday, I don't care if nobody says happy birthday to me. I'm going to celebrate my
Right.
birthday or whatever. So I just always have decided. I just made a decision that I'm going to get my joy back and always have something to look forward to. So things like this and entertainment. I love to entertain, and being a part of this situation here.
And you always support other people's things, and that's one of the things that I'll go down in history always saying about you is that you are ride or die associate, friend. You know, just down.
That thing, Ro, the thing about that is because, especially in our community, is we have to, and you know, it's probably historical or whatever, where we got this separation where we have this fear of loss, that if I help somebody else, I'm going to lose out. So we tend to, as they say, crabs in a barrel. We pull each other down instead of picking each other up. But we have to understand, if I help you succeed, or if I support what you're doing, if you win, and I'm not a dancer, but if she wins and they win as a dance crew, look, that's more of us winning. So guess what? Now maybe the next dance show, she may need a singer on the show or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And as you're
we can pull each other up as opposed to pulling each other down. Because when we do that, we all lose. Even the ones that think they are winning by stepping on somebody else, you're losing too.
And I think you say that because, you know, being an entertainer from that perspective, but I'll say being a prospective patron at all the events you attend. I think that you know, just because I really am like a recluse. When I go home, I really don't go out. But I think that, you know, as I look over, I'm like, yeah, life is kind of boring. But like you said, you know, maybe if I set aside time to make plans to do some things outside of just going to 7-Eleven to get a Slurpee or to the store to get food
and you can start
to work
that by January 10th by coming to this wonderful show.
You heard it right here, and we're going to hear more about this wonderful show when we come back. And I thank you for sharing about the being in depression, and people think because you're saved and you love the Lord and you've given your life to the Lord, that doesn't affect Christians. It affects everybody. I had a pastor on here, and he said he was depressed, and the one thing we said was like, well, what was it that you were doing that was keeping you in a pit of depression? He was like, I kept focusing on being depressed and reliving the things that were depressing me and not letting them go. And you know, if you're going to let it go and give it to God, and you're like, oh, it's so hard, but Luke 1:37, nothing is impossible with God. And so I guess we need to go to break on that one, because the call of God will never take you where the grace of God cannot sustain you. Trust God. We'll be right back with more GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio, Heaven's Party Edition. Talk about the All White Affair coming up.
All White.
Save the day, January 10, 15. Mark your calendars. We'll be right back with more.
There was a call throughout the land.
when it's going wrong. Encourage other believers to keep holding on. Casting the vision and we making it plain. We the head, not the tail, so we won't complain. Here to lift up the downcast and the broken hearted.
Hey, welcome back to GospelRhythms.com. Talk Live Radio 2015.
Yay!
Heaven's Party here on Earth. Heaven's Party Edition. I'm Ro Williams.
And I'm Rory Darvel.
Man, and we have a show for you.
Yes, we do.
Oh my God, we got Go to Heaven Dance Company Productions in the house, along with what's the name of your portion of the affair that's
Along
going
with
down?
We Ain't Playing Productions.
I love
in
it.
association with.
In association with. Now, Roy,
like those
now
big
you
words,
need to
like them
set
big
it up.
words?
Now, tell our audience here. Now, also call to action. Please tweet, Facebook, Instagram, knock on the neighbor's door. If you still have a phone, call them, landline, cell phone, text them.
Yeah.
Let everybody know to come on to Heaven's Party. And we'll be opening up the lines later. Did you have something you want to add?
Yeah, I just want to say something real quick before I forget, because I talked to the mastermind behind this, and she said if a caller, the first caller to call in, that they would actually win a pair of tickets to the show. She did say that, right?
And this show, when is this show? So y'all can all know in advance.
Saturday, January 10th.
We have a flyer. You can put up the flyer of the event, so they'll get it. Our illustrious engineer Van, my studio husband. Did you find it, baby? All right. Do I have to put you in the doghouse, right? Well, we're gonna get. Now he gonna wait. Now he just was having gonna have to say a little few words.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. It's just
I was gonna take a delay because you was pointing over there. Okay, to the screen. Yeah, well, you need to make it that way. So.
So yeah, they can
All
call
right.
in
so,
and win these
so,
tickets.
Okay,
to this
well,
great
like
show.
we know, everybody know you, but
I
tell
know.
about your partners.
Well, what's happening? Miss Keela Glover, the mastermind behind this wonderful event, Evolution of Dance 2. I didn't see 1 because I don't think I knew her in 1. So, but anyway, she's put together this wonderful ensemble of dancers along with the great choreographer. I can't say his last name. Deontay Newell.
I said it right, Newell.
You rarely say names right, so
But I
let's
said this
that's
right.
an applause right there because you be botching some names. Yes, thank you, Van Erica. She be botching some names.
I do
boy.
butcher them.
Woo,
Like it's my
man,
job.
She can mess up some names. But anyway, so they put together this wonderful evolution of dance. Was going to cover several types of eras of dance, going from the beginning, I guess, from African dance all the way up to today. So it's a series of like vignettes, I guess you could say, that she's going to be doing. So she can tell you more detail about it because it's her thing.
Yeah, so we have Miss Keela Glover and
Woo!
to my left and Rory's
Yes.
left. And but
Keela Glover,
the
beautiful
name of the
Keela
company
Glover.
is Go to Heaven Productions Dance Company. Dance Company. Go to Heaven Dance Company.
Yes.
And but we have the inspiration of the name to my left, which happens to be your daughter.
Yes.
Found that out.
Dante.
And before it's actually sitting in Dante's chair. Deontay's chair. I knew that. I just wanted to, keep
yeah.
true to form.
Right.
Deontay's chair. And so we want to just give her a few words to, I just want to ask you, how does it feel to be the inspiration behind the name of the company?
It's pretty cool, but my mom doesn't always give me credit for that. I'm like, hey, over here, why aren't you talking about me?
Now, do you dance as well?
Yeah.
Wow. So, but you didn't come up with the idea for your name. You couldn't even put in 2 cents at the time you were named. So,
Yeah, you didn't think
where does the
about that,
credit?
however.
Where does the credit get come? You know what I'm saying? Or did you just go to her one day when she was like, "Baby, I'm trying to come up with a name. What do you think I should name this company?" Well, Heaven, Mama. Like, were you there when she was trying to vet names or something?
I don't know, but I was with her when she used to have her dance company in LA.
Was it a different name?
No, it's the same one.
Okay, so you were just a walking inspiration. Now, do you dance?
Yes.
And how old are you?
I'm 10.
Wow. So you are sitting in Deontay's chair, but we wanted to give you some airtime. I hope your mama don't mind.
I don't
But so what would you say to all the 10-year-olds out there who are a little nervous? Because I'm sure if you dance, you've danced in front of crowds and people. Will you be dancing at this event?
Yes.
Wow. And what would you say to somebody who's afraid to maybe just come out and be public with their love for dancing in front of people? Because you're going to be dancing in front of a lot of people.
Well, there's really no reason to be nervous. It's just that you're showing other people what you can do, and after that you're going to get a whole bunch of credit for it, and you're going to feel really good for doing it. So you shouldn't be nervous about dancing or anything like that.
Wow.
Look at you.
Look at her.
All right now. I got
Thank
that
you
confidence
so
up in
much.
here.
All right. Well, you know what? We really appreciate you, because I'm sure, there may be some parents tuned in that may be like, you know what? I need to encourage my child to walk in their gifts. It may not be dancing. It could be writing. It could be drawing. And if parents that are out there, you need to explore. And we'll ask your mom exactly, because sometimes it's a genetic thing. Your kid's born. Yeah. But some people got kids and they just don't know what to do with them.
Yeah,
so
that's what I wanted to ask
Bring
you,
them
Heaven.
to dance class.
What inspired you to want to get into dance? Was it your mom, or you just?
It was my mom, and it kind of sort of came from her into me, so it was like I had to come anyways.
So
you giving her credit?
Did you give her credit? Did you give her credit? Or does mom ever go, what about me?
What about me?
Yeah, say,
I think she just gave her credit.
She just gave her credit. Okay.
That was her way of giving me credit.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
well,
good.
everybody that's out there viewing obviously know this is going to be a family-friendly event, so you can bring your kids.
Bring
this is
your
like
kids.
a
Bring the
come
whole
one,
family.
the whole family. We need more of that. Well, thank you. I'm sure Deontay Newell, who is a part of the production, will probably need to be getting in his chair. But it was such a pleasure in chatting with you. And while they're transitioning, let's talk to you.
Yes.
Let's talk to mama.
The infamous Keela Glover is in the building.
Yeah. She called herself infamous. All right now.
All right. Now, you pull it a little closer just in case, because we want to make sure they can hear everything you say.
A little louder. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You good. Okay. All right, beautiful. So, wow. This event, why should they come?
They should come if they have any appreciation for the arts, because this event is not about me. It's about all of these beautiful dancers that you don't see behind me, but they're behind me and supporting, and they've been working really hard for about 3 months on this show. Wow. And the show is basically the evolution of dance, but it shows you the transition from African dance to hip-hop dance to battle to contemporary dance to ultimately praise dance. So instead of the evolution where you see like monkeys and it turns into a human, it's like the growth of how dance evolved and where your inspiration comes from, which is God in heaven.
Wow. And I love the fact that, this is an event, a secular event that's being, so for those of you who think gospel rhythms, evolution of dance, this is a church affair. No, this is like, you can bring people that know. Matter of fact, we encourage you, bring people that don't know the Lord.
Bring the heathens.
Right. Bring them all. Everybody, and I actually had seen something that was done on YouTube, and it just showed how dance had evolved just from the beginning of dance, and that sounds like it's going to be really, and you said 3 months. What kind of discipline and commitment do you have to put into the 3 months is 3 months, but how many days a week during 3 months? Just to give us a real picture.
Now that we have classes every Saturday from 11 to 12 at the International Dance Academy in Hollywood, which is one of the biggest studios in Hollywood. So it's just a blessing to be there.
Is that on Highland?
It's on Hollywood and Highland.
Woo, yes. I've been there. I took a class there. Yes. It was not a game. So what should I say? Hard. I audited. Meaning I was standing in the back looking.
We work hard. So you could go there and see anybody from Chris Brown to Iggy. We see everyone when we're in there.
Oh my goodness. It's an
awesome place from having kids from humble beginnings. I'm from South Central myself. And I started this company with negative $54 in a dream.
Wow.
So we're on our part 2. We're on our second show.
Wow.
So
it's
they
amazing.
work really hard. They put in some hours. We practice at my house sometimes just to get it right. We had a 9-hour practice the other day.
I'm still on negative $54 in a dream. I'm like, wait, let's go back to that. We're going to talk about it. So you done took us back right down. God can do all things, Allie. And at this being the beginning of the year, I think that is so fitting to address, because people are coming off of a holiday that maybe it was, as they look back to 2014 wasn't the best year, or maybe it was, and they're a little scared about going into the next year. They're living up to the last year. But, what was it at that point when you had that to even say to have you step out on faith? And this would it be the first one, not the second one that you came in on, the first evolution of dance, like to say I can do this with negative $54.
Get broken all the way down. I was in a relationship that was all taking
toxic,
and everything about it was wrong. and they left me broken with nothing.
So broken and broke.
Yeah, broken and broke.
Double whack.
So I had to start from the ground up and rebuild myself, and they were always the person like, no, you should just get a 9 to 5. Dancing is a hobby, and everything negative that the devil uses to get in your ear.
Wow.
Was that person.
Wow.
Soon as that was out of my life, I didn't have a choice. I said, God, you had to help me.
Wow.
Because I couldn't do it by myself. So soon as I just let God use me, he gave me the vision for everything. I got Deontay on the team. And we just we started it with 2 people. We have our first.
Now, where'd you guys meet?
We went to college together.
Wow. And you just looked them up like in the midst of your midnight hour. You said, I need a partner to.
I said, I need a ride or die. And we did a whole bunch of shows together. And he's so dope as a person and as a artist, and he has grown so much. Like, I remember when he couldn't even point his toes. And we take it back from there, but he is so dope. Like, I want everybody to come just to see him, because he is someone that is going places.
Now,
so
you're the choreographer?
Need to see it now.
Yes, we both are.
Yeah.
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
But he was doing most of the work when I was there yesterday. I'm just saying.
You ain't right, okay?
He was
you
doing
ain't
most
right.
of the work when I was there.
So, Deontay, just tell us a little bit about your story.
I just started dancing when I was a kid, but performing I started in high school.
You're pretty tall. Usually dancers are short.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody always say that.
I'm like,
I'm always in the back.
I was like, you really dance.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I'm like,
in the back.
You would think he'll be a basketball player.
That's what I thought he was. I'm like, you were telling the choreographing as in you do this and you do this, but I'm not gonna get out there and do it. Now, what was going on in your life at the time? You guys lives intersected to bring forth the first evolution of dance. Like, she said she was broke because of a relationship that just broke her all the way down. Did you just happen to be going along and life was good and bang, or were you going through something at the time as well?
Only thing that happened was when my mom kicked me out. That's the only issue.
Only?
Okay, yeah, that seems like a problem right there. I'm just saying.
Hold up. I'm just like, well, that is a problem.
Other than
Where's your
homelessness,
mama?
that's fine.
I mean, it's like, hey, Cole, mama kicked you out. Like, for real? Wow. I mean, okay. Well, that's the story. So, I mean, I think men must handle like stuff like that way better than us. Because he's like, yeah, my mom kicked me out. We'd have been like, my mama kicked me out.
Holding grudges.
We've been like, oh, I ain't no put a head on the mama. But so your mom kicked you out, and so how did you rise up the ashes of that situation?
When she kicked me out, my best friend actually, she helped me because she stayed with her grandmother, so I was staying with her grandmother too. And it was so funny because my mom called me like 3 days later talking about how you been, and I'm like, why are you asking me how you been after you just kicked me out? And so I'm just like, you're confusing me. And she was like, just come home and let's talk about it. So ever since then, I've been with her. And that's when I started going to college with Keela. Okay, right on. Well, have you and your mother mended fences? Are you still strained? Because, we need to pray for that situation. Oh, no, I love my mother. Okay, good. We needed to find a happy ending up in there or know how to lead us. But, okay, so that's good because it's like all things work together for the good. And so had you not been in that situation, maybe you would have worked or maybe you would have because you said you called him. But you were there. This evolution of one went down. And what year was that? That was in April. Oh, so you did two? That was April. No, you did one. 2014. Okay. So now we have part 2 beginning of January 10th. All right. So say someone who's tuning in is saying, well, we were at the last one. What's going to be different about this one? What would y'all say? It's a whole different show. This is it's epic. we not only have a host, we have Melrose Uncut, who is the host of the J Spot. He's going to be hosting everything. I thought I'd seen him. I just saw him. I saw the name. We also have Rashad Howard. He's going to be singing a song. We also have Jordan High School, who is going to be performing a number. So it's about 30 of them. So we coming in like legions of dancers. So it's bringing a whole bunch of people together. We also have Shayna Arts Ministry, which is a gospel group, coming in. Wow. And we lead it all off. Our finale is a big praise dance. And it just shows you how your life could go from like you in Africa, you transitioning through hip hop, you going through depression, the life
the troubles of life are weighing you down, you find your source, and we end being royalty. We're royal from the royal kingdom in heaven. So that's how it ends.
Yay. 323-473-3100. 323-473-3100 is the number here to LATalkLive.com.
First caller, win some tickets.
Get some tickets.
Go to Heaven Dance Company. We Ain't Playing Productions, putting it down on January 10th. Is that on Saturday?
That's a Saturday, yes.
Okay, Saturday. Because I was like, I didn't want to say Saturday, Saturday, January 10th. That's coming up.
So we're giving away a pair of tickets to the first caller,
and if you're in the Los Angeles area, sorry if you call from Germany, Australia,
you can't go.
You just gonna have some tickets.
Yeah. We're not doing airfare.
You need to be kind of local.
Sure.
Or New York, for that matter, for real. It's gonna be in Hollywood at the Celebrity Center, and man, and for those of you who may make a note of it and are interested, you can still get some pre-sale tickets as well.
Tickets
is there a number?
Still on pre-sale right now. The number to call for that is 323-301-3317. You can also get the tickets from brownpapertickets.com.
Baby sad.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna go to go ahead.
Also, get your tickets now on pre-sale, because if you wait to the last minute like most black folks do, it's gonna be $25 at the door.
$25 at the door.
So you don't want to.
No, we're gonna do better. We're gonna speak that we're gonna do better in 2015 for real. We got to do better. Oh man! So we will be back with more Go to Heaven Dance Company. We have Dante Newell and Keela Glover.
No, we don't. Deontay. Told you she gonna butcher her name.
You know what? Let me just write it phonetically, because y'all messing me up.
Yeah, write it how you gonna say it.
Say your name for us.
T-A-Y.
Deontay Newell.
Deontay Newell. I got the bad one. Newell. I was trying to make it funky.
You did. You messed it up.
I made it stink.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Lord. We'll be right back with more Heaven's Party Edition. Woohoo! First show of the year. We'll be right back, baby.
We got singers, rappers, spoken word, and actors, and business owners, playwrights, and pastors. There's many gifts to encourage the body. Consider this an invitation, come and kick it and party. We're evolving the way we deliver the gospel.
Hello, I'm Joel Ramirez.
And I'm Lolita Robinson Coppage, and welcome to Joy in My House
on LATalkLive.com. Inspirational radio
with a touch of recovery.
A reality show where nothing is left unsaid
and no one is insignificant who says it.
Exclusively on LATalkLive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV.
Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, I'm Ro Williams, and I would like to invite you to join GospelRhythms.com every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our show, GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio. Join us as we celebrate Christians around the world in all genres of entertainment, as well as highlight interest stories on men and women who are making a difference and impacting their community. So don't forget to tune in to GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio, exclusively on LATalkLive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes under R&B or watch us live on Ustream TV. We are reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio on LATalkLive.com. We're more than just talk. We're Heaven's Party here on earth.
Hey, welcome back. This is Heaven's Party Edition of GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio. We are here with the Go to Heaven Dance Company. We ain't in association with We Ain't Playing Production. I have Deontay Newell and Keela Glover representing, and of course the incomparable
Rory Darvel.
And a caller on the line. Welcome. Welcome to the clubhouse. What's your name? Where you calling from? You're on the air. Welcome, and where you calling from? What's your name?
Hello.
Hello.
Aaliyah.
Oh, you know what? I guess you need to turn your radio or computer down. Can you repeat your name and where you're calling from?
Can you repeat what you said?
We need to know your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Aaliyah, and I'm calling from Inglewood, California.
Aaliyah, you just won a pair of tickets, Aaliyah. Congratulations.
All right.
You're going to an all-white affair.
Yeah.
Evolution of Dance 2. How you feel?
I feel amazing.
Amazing. You should feel amazing. We're going to have to, don't hang up, because when you go off air, we'll have to have our studio engineer maybe get some information from you.
Okay.
What? Oh, yeah, we'll call you back and get that information. You got the number, though, right? Oh, yeah. So, no, not you. I was talking to our engineer. So, we'll call you back. But thank you. You've been tuning in?
Oh, you're welcome.
Aaliyah, do you know anybody that on the show? Or are you just calling in, listening, and called in for the tickets?
I know multiple people on the show.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you're
okay.
family. Well, right on then.
See, I've been there then.
Are you a dancer as well?
Yes.
Okay. Do you specialize in any particular style of dancing?
No, not really.
Oh,
okay, so you just do it all.
Do it all, basically.
You can put it like that.
You can put it like that. Ooh, you are confident.
There you go.
All right. Have you been dancing since you could walk? Or did you get into it since you were 6? Right on. So
she's 11 now.
Yeah. So I guess you just no age limit. You just no.
No, it's no age limit.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for calling in, Leah. Did you have anything you wanted to say to any of our in studio guests today, or anything you want to say?
Hey, Beyonce, how y'all doing?
Hey.
Hello.
We can't wait to see you at the show and meet you then.
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it either.
Yeah. Did you see one?
Can you repeat it?
Did you see the evolution of the first evolution?
Yes, and it was amazing.
Yay!
I'm a die-hard fan right there.
So please tweet and get the information out, and we'll call you back.
Okay.
Thank you. I think we have another caller on the line. Welcome to GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio. You're on the air. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, this is Darlisa calling from LA.
Hey, Darlisa from LA.
Darlisa.
Welcome. So, thank you for calling in, and I hope you have saved the date, January 10th, 2015.
It's saved.
It's saved, yeah.
Right on. So there's 2 people coming.
All right.
We got 2
no.
people.
Let me tell you, it's gonna be more than 2 because Rory.
Yeah, we packing
Rory,
the house.
I know Rory by himself. You know, he got a following, a stalker following, but it's a following.
Whatever.
300, right?
What'd you say?
It's 2 times 300. It's 2 times 300.
All right then.
Yeah.
We ain't mad at you.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
That's my mother's Adina says.
Now, we're here celebrating the gift of dance in the body of Christ, and they're out there doing their thing for the world. Are you a dancer, or do you have a gift that you do singing? We're in California, so there's a lot of artistic folk out here.
I don't know how to dance like that. But I do have a gift of speaking, when it comes to God's word and ministering and praying and, so forth like that.
Right.
But I support all those in the industry of dancing.
Right.
Cool.
And you know what? We should say, what time does this event start?
It starts at 7 p.m.
Okay, right on. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Please continue to spread the word and tweet. We have about 20 or so more minutes left, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Darlisa.
Yay.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you at the show. Congratulations.
Now, one of the things that strikes me, just hearing the passion and hearing amazing how the first one was and you did the second one. I did Gospel Rhythms Live. I did the first one, and I was like, Then Gospel Rhythms Live 2 came on, and I think my confidence level, because the first one was so good, I was like, hey, there's no way the second one is going to be, and then God gave us a bigger platform and even a recording artist. But I think because my faith was a little weak and lacking, didn't go off probably the level that it should or could have. What would you say to some people like myself that are out there and God is giving them this amazing talent, this amazing opportunity, whatever form it would come in, you know, and they may have a success, and then to replicate it and do it with confidence and being sure. And you probably can help me too, because you've done events after events after events. Like how do you not lose your fire? How do you not get discouraged, especially when you're negative? You were negative $0, and then the next one come around, you ultra negatives with, you know, times squared to infinity,
right?
And you just chill, going in your gift confidently, but you're looking possibly for God to come through, so that you're, you know, just like when he was out with the fishermen and they were fish. He's like, a man's worthy of his hire. He caught the fish, the money was in there, they paid their taxes, that sort of thing.
Right. I would definitely say to make a plan, to make a vision and make it clear. So write down your goals of what you want to do. So if you start something, make sure you finish it. So this all started with something in my head, and Rory could even attest. I was like, it's all in here. And he'll be like, write it on paper and send it to me, email it. Wow. Because, I mean, you could have all the vision in the world, but if you can't articulate it to somebody else and ask for help, then you can't do it on your own. Wow. So I just learned that you have to put God first, because the goal I set for this show is impossible for me, but nothing is impossible with God.
Luke 1:37.
Right. So nothing is impossible. So with the first one, did it with no money. It was a success. Sold out crowd, standing room only, and God just increased it. And we have a bigger space, which is beautiful, in the garden pavilion. Lights. It's going to be a full production film crew there. Everybody has to wear a white attire. We're keeping it real classy, but it's really going to be an event that's bigger than us, and it's about bringing the community together and sharing our gifts and showcasing all these talented children that we have and dancers.
Somebody's cell phone. I don't know what that was. Yeah. Sorry. I'm like, that was a loud cell phone. That was like a board. It was like, I thought it was like, is that the earthquake warning or something? Should we be leaving the room? Oh, my goodness.
It's definitely possible, as long as you keep your faith in God and just set your goal for impossible. And then you'll know that only God can help you to achieve it.
You said a word right there. Set the goal. The goal is impossible.
Impossible.
That is the goal, to do the impossible. I think that's going to be 2015. You know, just the goal is impossible.
Yeah.
And I just got to trust God to make it happen.
Right.
Wow. But okay, so how do you manage the fear and the anxiety that comes in association with the vision is written, you got the word, but now you got to walk in it, and you like Gideon under the wine press talking about really? Like, how do you get your confidence built up in the executing process of the vision and the dream? You could chime in, too.
Well, it's always going to be fear associated with it, especially as artists. We're always, like, I know me and Deontay are always sensitive about our pieces that we put out. Like, are they going to like it? Are they going to get what we're portraying in there? Because a lot of our pieces are their words through dancing. Mm-hmm. So it's telling a story without using words. So we have to be really careful about the movements that we're using. So you get scared. You do get scared, because that's it's human nature. But you just got to really step out on faith, which is the big thing, and really just be like, I don't care who says anything. I don't care what the haters say. I don't care what the naysayers say.
Or yourself.
Or yourself says. But I'm going to do this in Jesus' name.
Wow.
Yep.
Now, do you teach class as well?
Yes, I teach classes, and I teach after school programs.
Now, I'm asking for personal reasons. Like, maybe I should explore my dance abilities. If nothing else, it may help me shed a few pounds. So where was somebody like myself or Rory? Maybe we can bust a class and see what we can do if we still got it.
Well,
in terms of like,
I'm already going to be working with her, because she's gonna
dancing now, Rory.
Yep, that's right. Because she's going to be helping me on my other show.
Your show?
Yeah, the show we have coming up. So she's going to be.
But you actually going to be dancing?
That's right.
Not pointing, like walking across the street, throwing a hip and.
I can move.
So I can dance
with the proper training.
No, but so seriously though, like you would mention classes on, like I can come to Hollywood and vibe. Was it Hollywood?
Every Saturday
Highland, yeah.
From 11 to 12.
It's a little too close to Frosty's cupcakes, but you know, I don't think I could go over that way.
You just passed it.
I know, right?
You pass it up, come in there, dance off them holiday pounds.
Now, is there a fee for the class? I'm sure there is.
It's
How
only
much?
$10 for a class.
It's an hour class?
It's an hour class. It's pretty affordable. And what we did with Go to Heaven Dance Company, with the first program, we started a scholarship program. So the classes would normally be $13, but we believe in putting back. So we started the scholarship program, and if people want to donate, they can. And that's how we get lower classes and free classes. And then we offer the scholarship to a deserving student.
So let me ask you this. So you were negative $50,
Right.
and you was double B's, beat down and broke from the whole situation with the relationship. And out of the ashes of all that adversity, God got this show going on. Were you teaching classes at the time, or you?
I was teaching classes everywhere.
Okay, so you were still teaching while someone in your life was just negative,
right.
trying to kill dream killers, trying to steal the dreams.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so you never stopped, you never wavered, you stayed true to what you believe your God-given talent was. And the thing about it is, I could see if it's like you got to finance your dream, but you were actually working to finance, like in the area of your dream, which is dancing. You were working. It wasn't like you weren't getting paid from it. You just had to build up your clientele, just like any sales. All right. Well, that's very, very. And I know that the event is in California. Sorry for you folks that are around the world, but if nothing else, the takeaway from this is you can do all things through Christ. No matter what the set of circumstances cards, if you understand that you've been dealt, you know what I mean? And I mean, I'm sure you can attest to having been challenged to wanting to do something, and yet you'd have to explore the various resources the avenues to take to make an event or a project or something come alive.
Well, the thing that I was going to piggyback on with what Keela was saying about writing it down, and it even says it, I don't know the verse
in the Bible says, just like
the Bible says to write it down and make it plain. But I believe truly, once you write something down and you don't make it happen, you're the reason why it didn't happen.
Exactly.
If you don't follow through what you written down, because now once you wrote it down, that means you've acknowledged it on paper, and you are now responsible for making it happen. Wow. If it doesn't happen, it's not so-and-so's fault, it's not God's fault, it's not the devil's fault, it's your fault. Yeah. Because you know what it is that you're supposed to do, because you wrote it down. It's just like a grocery list. Yeah. It's like grocery list. If you say, okay, I'm going to get cheese, eggs, milk, so and so, meat, this and the other, and you come back and you say, God, I didn't get the cheese, but you wrote it down. So whose fault is it you didn't get the cheese? Right. It's the same situation when you have a situation like this. When we do our show, like they're saying, you write it down what the vision is that you have in your head. But you can easily let that vision go because something else will pop in your head or whatever's going on. But once you write down on a piece of paper, just like the information on this card here, nothing on this card is going to change because it's written down. So same thing when you write down a vision for your show or project or whatever it is that you're doing, even if it's a business, everything you write down, you become responsible for it. And as far as the nervousness or the worry or the fear, see, that's where the preparation comes in, because when you prepare yourself, you can't be first of all, what I do is when I put something together, I ask myself, would I literally enjoy this? Mm-hmm. If I was sitting in the chair watching what I've just put together, would I enjoy it?
Yeah.
You have to be your own audience, and you have to be honest with you. And if it stinks to you, then more than likely it's going to stink to the people you're doing it for, because either you didn't put enough work into it or whatever the case may be. And you know, at the end of the day, you have to be honest with you, and it's going to show. So if you're not satisfied with it, then you have to come up with something better that you can say, okay, I would watch this. Now, once you do that, once you say, okay, you know what, I like what I got, I think this is good, I really believe this is good, and you put it out there, you're not responsible for whether they like it or not. At that point, you just do the best you can do. If they don't like it, well, you're not. In other words, it's like all of us have had this when we've gone out on stage and you come off stage and you go, oh, I should have did this or I should have did that. You had it up here to do it, but you got out there and you got scared to do it because you was wondering right then if they were worried about it. And then you wish you would have done it.
Right.
It's too late then. Mm-hmm. So all you do is you put it together the best you can. You do what you can do. If someone says, well, I didn't like it, there's nothing you can do about that. That's not your fault that they didn't like it. But you put the best that you knew how to put into it at that time. And then you just wait and do the next one, and you just keep going forward, because that's going to happen. Not everybody's going to like what you put out, but as long as you know you were honest with you, and you followed through. We all have that fear. This will be my 5th show, and I've done a lot of shows that weren't mine. I'm always nervous before I go right out on the stage.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that nervousness, or if you and not nervous like, oh, I'm so scared, but just that we all have that little bit inside.
Yeah.
I hope they like it, kind of thing. And,
like
and
performance
that flair,
anxiety.
you know,
Like,
but if you have an attitude, I don't care if they don't like it or not, then you might want to quit.
Oh, man.
Because you're not enthused about it anymore. It's like you've always I don't care anymore. And once you do that, then you no longer have the passion for it. Is what it is that you're doing. So you might as well just let it go and quit.
yeah. Wow. And this is, and don't get discouraged if you did put all your blood, heart,
Right.
sweat, and tears in it, and you look and you sit, and maybe it was a really great event, but it didn't turn out, maybe because the
Right.
people didn't turn out, or
Right.
something
happens
like
too.
in our event, we streamed live, but he streamed live for the first, I don't know how many minutes on the wrong channel. So there's things kind of, glitches do occur,
Right.
and they only serve to educate you, because
Right.
anytime you can walk away and have learned something from whatever you put your hand to do, whatever vision God has put into your hand, and I say it that way because it may not be an event, it's something valuable that you can apply to the next time. The challenge is to stay anchored in your faith and trust in God, and allow there to be a next time if that's what God is directing you to do.
And I want to give Heaven some credit for what she said, because I say this to a lot of nervous performers. When you were asking her about being nervous, it was really grown, because a lot of people don't. And she kind of said it. You're basically, when you go out on stage and you perform, she says, well, I'm not nervous because basically I know what I'm doing. This is what I do.
Yeah.
But the audience is there to see you.
Yeah.
They more than likely they cannot do what it is that you're about to do. And I tell people that all the time when they're nervous about going on stage. It's like, look, if you're singing or whatever it is that you do, the audience paid to see you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't really catch that. It's like, no, they paid money to see you do what you do. So get out there and do what you do. And that's what her saying about being a nervousness. Van Eric?
Yeah, I took a 101 course in theater, and my professor told me when you're out there on stage, the audience don't know if you missed your line or anything like that. So if you just keep on going, because 9 times out of 10, the other people on stage with you know how to recover from something that you might have forgot,
right?
Whether it was one word or a line, and y'all just keep on going,
right?
And so I thought that was appropriate to say.
And and what you're saying is true, because mistakes happen. People make mistakes on stage, but if you're prepared, and I've had this issue with shows in the past where there's a difference between a mistake and not knowing.
Not being prepared.
When you're not prepared and you mess up because you don't know, you can tell a person that don't know because they're totally lost. And it takes a while because they don't know what the heck is going on. Those people, I fire. I kid you not. I've done it with 3 bands that we've had, because when you don't know, that means you didn't prepare. But a mistake is, you made a mistake and you can just quickly recover, and the audience has no idea you made a mistake.
Yeah, and I want to tell all my dancers that are here that you guys need to go hard for the show. And if you mess up and dance, we're going to know, because some of the steps are synchronized. But if you do mess up, to keep on going and keep on striving
The
for
show must go
perfection.
on.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I think one of the things that I'm noticing too, because people stereotype what a dancer is supposed to be like and what they're supposed to look like. Because when I think dancers, I didn't think that now you inspired me. They dancers over here.
Right,
Shoot, I
right.
can dance too.
Yeah.
I was just thinking I needed to dance to work to get the size of a dancer. You just educated me, because come on, y'all need to come. We about to close the show out, so y'all might as well come on behind me and just let the show. Look,
This is to go to show. It shows you dancers
come
come in
on behind
all
me.
shapes.
That's
and
what I was about to hit
races,
on.
and
I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. I could be a dancer in the company
Yes.
too. Ooh,
Yes.
And
I'm
be
thinking,
6'4".
I'm thinking, and be 6'4". Oh my God, you just whisked it to me. I'm like, hey, so everybody give a shout out. Come on around. You can walk it on down. Yay!
Come on down.
So this is part of the company.
This is part of the company.
You go around
Everybody
and
is not here, but I'm gonna introduce everybody. This is Heaven Lomote, my daughter. She's been with the we started Go to Heaven Dance Company in 2008. So she's been with me since 2008. since the inception of it.
There you go.
This is Deanna. She's new to the company, but she is a ball of fire. And anything you throw at her, she catches it like this.
Yes.
Yes. Can you introduce some of them?
Oh, that's Aaliyah Chandler. I know her because I taught her. What grade? 8th, 7th, all the way to 9th grade.
And she's good. I watched her. She stood out yesterday at the rehearsal when I was watching her. She's good. I like watching her.
Yeah, she knows I don't play games.
This one right here.
Come on up here.
He's really good too.
That's Marcellus Burgess. He comes from a family of, I think he has 8 siblings.
Wow.
And he is the youngest one.
So how was Christmas at your house?
Good. And when I tell you this boy dances his
heart out.
He's good.
Okay,
we trying to find the appropriate part of the anatomy.
He does.
Yeah, he's good. He stood out. I like watching him dance.
I mean, the hair
has
itself.
a passion for dance. He's inspired by a lot of artists, and he's somebody to watch out for.
Yay!
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did we get everybody?
All right. Nope. Next we have Twan Claiborne, who is a model, dancer, actor extraordinaire. He actually has 2 million views right now on YouTube.
Wow.
So he has a big gig.
You get checks.
He gets checks. He's getting
wait. He gets checks.
Right?
2 million. Is that off of one video or you have a page? Come on, you can mark it in.
Don't you have another video coming out?
No, you need to make a page. Right? Okay, because you make a page of your stuff. Are you out your? That's a job.
It's in the making. It's in the making.
My goodness, how can I be your friend?
This next person is very special to me because this is my mother, Adina Ross.
She's like, what's up?
Right?
I take it you dance too, huh?
No, but
that ain't right.
I'm about to come into her classes because she's doing another class for the mature adults.
Oh, you can take that one, bro. Yeah. That's a class.
Shut up.
But Mama can sing though. Mama can sing though.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
wait, hold up. We got a caller. Just you making it in right at the last 2 minutes of the show. Where you calling from and what's your name?
Hey, I'm calling from Victorville, California. This is Mirage. Hi, Rory. Hello.
Hey, Mirage.
You ain't across the street, Victorville. You probably got snow, huh?
Mirage was here. She was one of the artists on one of the shows.
I know. I'm like, you probably got snow, girl.
What's up, sister girl?
Yeah.
Mirage is big time. She's with Climax now.
Thanks, Rory, for sending it to me. Didn't get a chance to listen much. I just got out of the studio, but
out of the studio,
I
big
wanted
time.
to make sure I called and showed some love.
Oh, thank you, girlfriend. Congratulations on your success.
Yeah.
Looking to see great big things from you 2015.
She out there with Climax, meeting in the ladies' room and stuff like that.
All right, congrats, and thanks for calling in. So where were we?
We were right at
Mama singing. That Mama sings.
Well, my mother, she recently had a heart attack, and she is beautiful and back. She was on her last semester in college. She's my inspiration because she actually started over, and it was always her dream to be a dancer, and she gets to live it through me. So,
wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right
Amen.
Right.
So
Welcome,
we're making
Mama.
it happen for her. She's doing well. And last but not least is Keith Harris, who would be mad if I forgot him.
He's over here. The brother's sitting. He's clean as the board of health over here.
He done wore his suit and everything.
Can you write me a check? You know what I'm saying?
But he was actually my first student from day one when we started at the International Dance Academy, and he's always had my back front since day one.
And you dance?
Day one.
Yeah,
and
he
I thought he was a pastor or something. You know,
he needs to be.
I'm just saying,
man.
Right. Wow. You know what? Let's give everybody a big round of applause for our own studio audience. Woo! Yeah. Woo! Man, thank you all so much. If you flashed a flyer one last time, this has been GospelRhythms.com, Talk Live Radio on LATalkLive.com, Heaven's Party Edition with Roe Williams and
Rory Darvel.
Thank you, Trisha. We ain't playing production. Yeah, we love you, Trisha. Out there holding it down on the East Coast with your man. And I guess the Cowgirls won tonight.
I think they won.
Yeah, Boo-ha.
They won.
Yep.
Save the date. See you Saturday, January 15th, 2015. All white attire affair. All white attire. Evolution of Dance 2. Get your tickets. They're $25 at the door. Okay? $25 at the door. See you there.